Hi, I'm Wade with WS Radio. And in our current situation, I'm seeing more and more people trying to create content from home, whether it's a podcast or some kind of Zoom meeting that they're recording. And even in the regular television media, you're seeing reporters call in from home. Yet I'm often seeing people have poor audio quality in that situation. So I wanted to take some time and give you some tips that can help you optimize that circumstance. Now, not everybody's going to have a full production facility like we have here at WS Radio, but everybody does have control over a critical part of the puzzle, which is the microphone. So let me start with many people are simply trying to use their laptop. It's got a built-in microphone, it's got built-in speakers. Fundamentally, they're yelling at the front of their laptop. However, because you're never going to be able to get tight on that mic, it's always going to sound imperfect. It's always going to introduce a certain roominess to the sound. Makes you sound like you are in a cave or have fallen down a well. You're in a tin can. And all of that comes from improper mic presence. So where I want to start with these tips is encouraging you to get a dedicated microphone, dedicated headphones to optimize your situation. I find it's often easiest to get a headset mic setup where the microphone's built into the headphones, and that way you can avoid one of the most common mistakes people make, which is drifting off microphone. As I'm going to demonstrate, if you drift off microphone, your audio quality can get very poor very quickly. If the microphone is built in so it never moves away from you, it's easier to maintain a consistent sound quality. Now, a lot of people are also buying a dedicated microphone, but they're using it improperly. Desktop microphones similar to this are designed to be within a few inches of your mouth. So I've noticed people will say be shooting video and they don't want the microphone in the scene, and so they move it out of the picture and they try to talk at it, yet it creates, as you saw there, horrible audio because the microphone isn't designed to work that way. There's no harm in having the microphone in the picture with you because people understand you're doing a professional recording, and a video with bad audio, in some ways, you just might as well have done a photograph. It just isn't going to give you the quality and the listener having the ability to clearly hear everything you're saying. And again, if you're not doing that, what's the point in the situation? So first off, I do encourage you, get a dedicated microphone, dedicated headphones. I'm not wearing them right now because I'm not worried about hearing anybody else. But those two things are the first step to creating some quality audio. Also, be aware, headphones are the secret to good mic technique because that allows you to be aware of what you sound like to your audience. That way, if you drift off microphone and you think, I can't hear myself, well, neither can your audience. So you do want to get a professional microphone and you want to stay tight on it. Even if I'm going to read some material, I don't want to move away from the microphone, as you heard, which drops off the audio quality. I need to always stay on mic and simply move the paper or whatever I'm doing as appropriate to allow me to stay on mic. So again, I can't emphasize enough mic presence. Learn how to use the mic properly. Make sure that you're always staying tight on mic. Also, learn your mic. You may be buying something new that you're unfamiliar with. Not every mic is designed to be approached from the top like this one is. Some mics are actually designed to be approached from the side. So you want to make sure you understand where your microphone's pickup is and that you're addressing it appropriately. I've seen people have a microphone where one side is the pickup, yet they've got it turned around because they misunderstand the mic and they wonder why no one can really hear what they're saying. In addition to knowing how to address the mic, you also need to understand the microphone's pickup pattern, because many microphones will have adjustments to that. They'll allow you to set the microphone to be omnidirectional, where it's picking up everything around you, which is a good thing in some circumstances, but sometimes you don't want it picking up everything around you. Another setting on microphones will also be what's called cardioid. It's heart-shaped. That's designed to pick up what's in front of the mic while minimizing anything that's behind the mic or to the sides of it. So again, look at your specific microphone, but be aware there's a setting that will influence that. And if things don't sound quite right to you, it could be because you have that misset. To reinforce, you've got to be close on the mic, because the microphone does have mechanical components to it that require air pressure. And if the air that's coming out of your mouth isn't sufficient to really make that mechanical device work properly, you're never going to sound right. So many times you need to project. You need to use your outside voice, your stage voice, because if I'm not projecting in the mic, but I'm still uptight on it, I'm not creating enough of air pressure to move the mic properly. So have the mic positioned properly, have it set to the correct pickup pattern, and give it enough air so it can do the job that it's designed to do. So that's all about the microphone. But also the microphone's going into your computer or some kind of recording device. And one thing you need to be cautious of is not overdriving that device. If you're close on the mic but your volume's a little bit low, that can be amplified in post-production. But if you're overdriving the mic where it's distorting that vocal performance, you can't fix that in post-production. You've recorded that distortion in with the signal. So it's better to be a little soft than it is to be too loud. Now, be aware that that could also be influenced by your computer system. I often find Macintoshes run a little bit hot. So I'm typically running Macintoshes at about 30% of peak volume on your input. So go into your computer setting, find the input settings, typically pull that down. There's levels there that you can use to monitor it. PCs, I'm often pulling down about 50%. So don't let your recording device create a problem after you've made all the effort of setting up your recording device appropriately. Another step in the process is the program or application you're using to distribute the audio. Be aware some of those programs have noise canceling features built in. And that's what, again, makes the headphones and the microphone so critical. Because if you're just talking into the built-in microphone on your laptop and you're listening to it through the speakers, then whomever you're interacting with is talking, it's noise canceling you, and it'll make you drop out as you try to have an interjection. So be aware that the program you're going through is going to influence your signal as well. And that's where you'll hear on even national television shows somebody doing an interview and they're cutting out throughout the interview. The system's trying to noise cancel them because that's what it's designed to do, and they're not appropriately compensating. So to recap, if you're going to produce things at home in this situation, first off, I recommend a dedicated microphone, dedicated headphones. That'll ensure that you create a good sounding signal. Take a moment to learn how your equipment specifically works so you don't have operator error at some point in the situation. Give it a good amount of air, use your stage voice, allow it to do its job by you performing in a professional manner. Look at your recording equipment, make sure that's not overdriving the signal that you're creating, and then be aware how the distribution platform may be influencing that recording and take steps appropriate to mitigate that. So I hope these tips help as you're doing more work from home. I invite you to ask me any questions via email, which is wade@wsradio.com. I wish everyone the best. Stay safe and healthy. I'm here to serve as you need. Take care.